COVID-19 is not just because it's the corona. And by the way, corona, if you take the word corona and you add up all the letters, it totals up to 666. Just coincidence, right? But they're saying on the internet that the reason this thing is called COVID-19 is because there's a reason. They say the C is certificate. Certificate of Vaccination ID. 19. Well, 1 is A and 9 would be I. AI. So this is all about a certificate of vaccination in which they get you a national ID, and then the AI can track you. All right, now I'm going to give you some scary stuff, but this has been thought out, this has been planned, this is what their desire is to do. They want to use this thing as an excuse to be able to inject you with something, and then they say, now you can't buy or sell unless you have this. Now, many of you have seen this. Many of you that watch me, you probably sent me the email on this. I've gotten so many emails. But there's a guy named Bill Gates. And he's out there, and he's one of the biggest, well, actually, he is the biggest donator to the WHO of anybody in the world. Because the federal government just said, no, we're not giving the WHO any more money. And they were the biggest donator. And well, now this guy is. And he says what we need is we need to give people a vaccine. And then we need, in order to reopen the world, we need to have them have a certificate. And we need to make sure that no one buys or sells without that certificate. That's why people are saying that COVID-19, COVID stands for Certificate of Vaccination ID. 19, AI. So that's the answer to this crisis. Now, was it a manufactured crisis? Well, 0.0026% doesn't sound like a crisis. What if I told you, you have a 0.0026% of dying today if you go outside? Would you go, I'll take that risk? Well, this guy would. I would. Because, it's probably higher than that every day when you go outside. So, this is their answer. Don't buy, don't sell. So, they don't just care about your health. They want to change the entire economy and say, no, we don't think you should ever be able to leave your house or go buy and sell unless you get a vaccine and you get a certificate from us that you have been vaccinated. Then you can go buy and sell. Now, what does that sound like to you? Antichrist. The Antichrist is the one that gives you the mark of the beast, and he says no man can buy or sell except they that have the number and the name and the mark. So the Antichrist is involved in saying you can't buy or sell unless you do what I say. Well, now we see the rich and the powerful and the elites of the world saying you can't buy or sell unless you do what we say. Is this the start of the mark of the beast? Is this the start of the Antichrist system? It used to be they would hide in secret